We started the discussion by speaking about gender disparity, but there's another theme which runs throughout your book, which is the sacrifices that a woman needs to make as she climbs higher and higher up the rungs of the corporate ladder. This constant pulls and pressures between home and work. When you look back, do you think that you made all the right choices on that front, or do you harbor any regrets today on that front?
There is no right or wrong choices. It's the best choice you make at that time. Something that you think is the right choice one day may turn out to be not the right choice in retrospect. So I've come to believe that there's the choice you make that's right for the time, and then you live with it. I can tell you that I tried to be the best mother I could, the best wife I could, the best daughter I could. But I also have the perfection gene, which says that I'd like to be the perfect mother, the perfect wife, the perfect daughter, daughter-in-law, and the perfect executive, but perfect as defined by me. And, when I was, a child growing up in India, my grandfather used to push perfection to the limit. And he was never satisfied with our work until, he felt it was perfect. I have that perfection gene. So with that perfection gene deeply embedded in me, I would have liked to have been even more perfect at every role that I played in my life. It's not possible because there's only so many hours in a day and you can't do 6 full-time jobs in a limited amount of time. So I did the best I could to make trade-offs, to juggle all these roles. And when you use the word trade-off or when you make trade-offs, along with that comes a little bit of guilt. So I had guilt. Could I have been more present for my kids? Could I have been more present for my parents or in-laws or my husband? Could I have spent even more hours in PepsiCo beyond the ridiculous hours I spent? All of these, cause some pangs of guilt, but nothing that's lasting. About 5 years ago, I parked all that guilt on the side and said, I did the best I could. And I'm pretty happy with where I ended up with my husband, who's still married to me, thank God. 2 kids, 2 daughters who are pretty good, thank God. And, a good run at PepsiCo, thank God. And so, no regrets now.
It's not just between you and your daughters. I mean, you spoke about that right now. But, being so successful, being the more accomplished in the corporate sense between 2 partners, a woman more than the man, these could spark off difficult power equations within a family, within a unit. Did you ever have to go through that?
It can spark all power conflicts if you bring your crown into the house. If you come into the house and say, hey, this is where I stand in the pecking order, everybody bow to me. That was never the case in our household. We had an equal partnership in every which way. My husband and I split the workload, whether it's taking care of the kids, taking care of the household. We were equal partners in our marriage. And everything we did together for the family. There were times that, he was extremely busy in his job, traveling, when he was a partner in a consulting firm. I supported him 100%. Then when I became CEO, he supported me 100%. So there was never a question of unequal power or unequal anything. It was always, we are in it together. This is the only way it's going to work. And both of us will leave whatever crowns we have in the garage. When we come home, we are mother and father to these 2 kids, and we are son, son-in-law, daughter, daughter-in-law to our respective families. That's the way it's going to work, and that's the way it did.